Sports Cards. Get at it.
Hey, it's Aloha Lava. Lantau with Dr. John Peterson here with TE2 Sports Cards coming at you live and direct from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Man, I haven't done a video in a long time, and figured I would do a PSA reveal here. It's about 100 cards, a couple SGC subs as well. Did the submission through Got Baseball Cards. The PSA slabs were, I think, $20 per slab. And yeah, it took, I sent most of these in. Most of these were sent in at the end of last year, right before the turn of the new year. So yeah, let's get into this a little bit. I'll try not to make this video too long. Pick these cards up through a variety of different places, auctions. It just kind of depended. So anyway, and I have looked at these, but figured I'd do a video here. This is 88 Topps Bo Jackson. Yeah, tough card. Chased this card a little bit over last year, and the best I've done is a 9. It's been really hard to get any 10s. Still a great card though. You can tell left to right back is an issue here, so got that. Got an 89 score Sanders. Looks like this one turned out pretty good. I was hoping for a 10. Submitted quite a few of these, I think about 6 of these, and unfortunately did not pick up any gem mint 10s as I had hoped. Another 9. Yeah, it's tough to say. This corner down here is a little bit white. Otherwise it looks pretty good. This one, left corner a little bit. Ever so slightly. There's another Sanders. This one's an 8. Centering looks good. Must be something on the surface. I didn't screen these cards myself. I've just been pretty much going with Got Baseball Cards. Another Sanders and an 8. This one came back as a 7. Just trying to get a sense of what the issue was with this one. Yeah, it's tough to say. PSA is, this was a 6. Yeah, I thought all these Sanders cards were pretty solid, so 89 score Aikman. Came back as a 9. Down there a little bit. A little white. Otherwise pretty clean. Another Aikman. This one came back as an 8. Love that 89 score set. It's a classic set. A lot of the great rookies from that era came from that class. So Dion and a 9. Yeah, tough to get 10s these days with PSA. There's a 2005 Bowman Chrome Frank Gore. Given the black border, I think this is a pretty nice grade. 9. I don't know. I think he's top 10 running back all time. Just based on stats. He might not be the flashiest player in the world, but rushing yards, touchdowns. He's pretty solid dude. Pretty solid player. Played for a long time. Here's some 97 Upper Deck Rare Air. It's a great card. It's card number 1 in the set. Picked the whole set up through Matthew Bullock auctions out of Illinois months ago. So figured I'd get a couple graded. This one came back as a 10. Here's another one from that Rare Air set. This one came back as an 8. Had one Kobe in the sub. Picked this up in Hawaii at a card shop in Honolulu. Was hoping to get a 9 on it, but top border's got chipping on it on the back. You can kind of see when you look that it's a little bit ridged. So still a nice card though. 98 Bowman's Best. It's a Giannis 2013 Panini Hoops. I was hoping for a 10 on this. It's hard to really tell with the white border what the issue is. I mean, you'd have to probably put it under a loop. Still a sweet card though, and actually somewhat affordable Giannis. Another Giannis in a 9. Here's a gold. I was pretty pleased this came back as a 9 given the centering. It looks pretty much 60-40. So I think PSA is a little more lenient on the centering than some of the other companies. There's an artist proof, Steph Curry. Artist proofs are 1 per jumbo box, so 1 out of 500 is an artist proof card. Super rare card. I think the pop count on this card is like 5 in a 9. So it's got the artist proof piece down at the bottom. I picked this one up off of eBay. Not worth a terrible amount, but I think it's going to appreciate in value over time just because it's got such a low pop count. Here's a 10, same card. I think the pop count on this is like 2 or 3. So, I mean, you'd have to spend quite a bit of money to get the entire set because there's 300 cards in the checklist for the artist proof, and you only get 1 per jumbo box. Each pack has 50 cards in it, and there's 10 packs per box. So do the math, and you can figure out that it's pretty tough to pull these artist proof cards in some of the better players. So I've got a Giannis PSA 10 artist proof that I picked up at the end of last year, near the end of last year. Pretty solid card. I traded for this card at a card show that I set up at. Edwards Red Ice 2020 Panini Prism. Came back as a 9. I figured it was a 9. There was something with this. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was this corner down here on the left. That was the issue. A little bit of centering top to bottom too. Love Edwards. Hurt right now, but I don't think his injury's too bad. He's got a sprained ankle. 20 Panini Donruss Orange Laser with the LaMelo. This came back as a 10. Also traded for this. Thought this turned out pretty good. Tough season. Was averaging 23-24 a game. 6 assists, 5 rebounds. And then got injured, so ankle injury. I think he's going to be fine, though. He's just got to get out of Charlotte. Charlotte's a pit right now. It looks like Jordan's going to sell majority ownership of the team, so... yeah, LaMelo's, I'd like to see him go to LA, Knicks, Bulls, you know, big market team. I think he'd do better. Better team overall. Got some 83 Donruss here, Sandberg rookie. This one looked pretty clean, I thought. Centering left, top to bottom though, here on the back. Top to bottom and left to right, I should say. Got an 8 on the Sandberg. Another Sandberg. Yeah, this one here. Centering again on the back. Tough to get these cards centered, especially these older early 80s, mid 80s cards. With the centering left to right and top to bottom on this one. It's interesting to see how they give the same grade for the card. You know, here's a 9. This one turned out pretty good. It's pretty tough. 1983 Donruss. Get a 9. Pretty pleased with that. Centering on the back of that one didn't look much worse than these, so I don't know. I'm always curious as to how they differentiate between 8 and 9 with PSA. There's a Boggs, also rookie. I like the 83 set. You've got Gwynn, Boggs, and Sandberg rookie cards, along with a lot of the stars from the 60s and 70s, mid to late 60s. Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, Nolan Ryan. Number 8 on the Boggs. I was hoping to pick up a couple 9s on these Boggs rookie cards, but you can tell the centering top to bottom is off. Each of these checked out with Got Baseball cards, though. They went through their screening and they thought they were worth getting graded, so I'm sure they were hoping for 9s. You know, they don't want to see you grade cards that aren't worth grading. Got a 9 in the Nolan Ryan. It's a great card. Back is pretty good, centering wise. Here's a Henderson. Came back as a 10. Great card. Centering's pretty solid in the back. Probably 45, 55 left to right here on the back, but otherwise solid. Not a terribly valuable card, maybe 50, 75 bucks. Got another 10 on the Henderson. So last of the 83 downers Henderson. So did I get 3 10s? No, we got a 9. 9, 10, and a 10. So 2 10s, 9, 1 9. I think he's, greatest leadoff hitter in history of the game. Maybe you could say Ty Cobb, if you had Ty Cobb playing leadoff, but I don't know, Henderson, Ty Cobb, right up there. 1 2. 83 Fleer. Gwynn rookie card. Love that card. It's great. I think it's my favorite of his rookie cards is the 83 Fleer. This one's a 9. Center on this one was really good. The thing I like about these 83 Fleers, they don't have the chipping as much. Some of the 80s Fleer stuff has chipping, especially the 87 downers, which you'll see a little bit later. Got an 87 Bo Jackson. There's a Boggs. And an 8. 8 on the Ripken. Thought this would do a little bit better. Felt like the centering on this was really good. Upper right hand corner is a little bit touched up. It's really hard to tell. I've kind of given up trying to predict the grades, especially with PSA. I think they're trying to do a little population control, pop count control. I don't see any reason why this card's not a 9. I don't know. Tough to say. 80s cards. These cards are 40 years old, so. Quite a few 8s on the 83 Fleer. That was a Sandberg rookie. Oh, bought a box of Bazooka a while back, real cheap. 20 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that. Pulled this out. Was hoping for a 9. Kind of surprised it came back as a 7. Must have been something on the surface. Maybe it's scratched there. I don't know if that's on the case or on the card. So, Jeter, Bazooka. I think that's his Bazooka rookie. All right, on to the next stack here. 2002 Bowman Chrome, Ichiro, X-Fractor. I think this is numbered to 299. What is it? No, 250. Yeah, 250. Pretty tough pull. Pop count's pretty low on this. Pretty pleased it came back as a 9 because the centering left to right is off. Otherwise, the card looked pretty crisp. So That's a nice card. Love Ichiro. Huge Ichiro fan. Another Ichiro. 2001 Topps Chrome. Tough to get these in a 10. This is the second 9 that I've owned. Left to right. And top to bottom. So, feeling pretty good that I got a 9 on this. Easily could have been an 8. Pujols, 2001 Topps Traded, came back as an 8. Yeah, a little bit up at the top there, bottom right. For sure enough to put it down to an 8. Pretty bummed out about this card. Can cross this over, ask them to crack it, or I cracked it myself, can't remember. It was a 9.5 in CSG, came back as an 8 with PSA. Not quite sure what the issue was. It's really tough to say. I mean, upper left-hand corner, you're looking at that, maybe bottom left-hand corner. Not a terribly valuable card in a 10, you know, a couple $100, but still love that card. I might actually PC this card. It's one of my favorite Griffey cards that I got. Got this off an auction. Bought a little Jeter rookie lot, not a lot, $100. But I try and get this graded. Came back as an 8 though. '96 Metal Universe, love this set. It's one of my all-time favorite sets. It's the inaugural set. Was Stan Lee and all the artists from Marvel designed the cards. I think it's the best of the Fleer metal sets for baseball. And this is a platinum edition. So tough to get a 10. Got a 9 though on the chipper. Picked this up off a PWCC auction, pretty cheap. Came back as a 9.5. I bought it as a 9.5 CSG slab. Tried to arbitrage it and send it to PSA. Cracked it out, sent it to PSA. Through Got Baseball Cards. Got a 9. Was hoping for a 10. Thought it looked pretty clean. Not seeing anything immediately on the front. Possibly something on the back. Yeah, that corner maybe down there a little bit. Yeah, so in a 10, real nice card. $700, $800 card, I think. In a 9 though, it's probably closer to 50, 75 bucks. Picked up quite a few of these over the years. 92 Ultra All-Stars. I got a mint 9 on this one. Got this in a 10 too though. 91 Stadium Club. This is the first year Stadium Club for Topps. Got a 9 on the Griffey. Love this card. One of my all-time favorite Griffey cards. Very rarely do you see this view in baseball cards, so got a 9 on that. Not bad. Tux card. Nolan Ryan. Pretty famous card from the 90s, from Junk Wax era. Most valuable card in the set. Got a 10. Same card. $250, $300 card. I never really cared for this card. I've never really been a huge Nolan Ryan fan. I mean, I have a ton of respect for Nolan Ryan. I think he's one of the all-time great pitchers, but never won a World Series, at least as far as I can remember. Maybe with the Mets. Not sure. Don't remember. But great pitcher, and some people really like that card. Some huge Nolan Ryan fans out there. So don't mess with Texas. 92 Stadium Club. Got a mint 9 on this. I think I had cracked it out of a CSG slab. It was a 9.5. Again, so hard to get 10s with PSA. And cards that you think that are, you know, bona fide 10. This is the second 10 I've had in this card. The other one was a CSG slab. I sold it off of my slabs. Another all-time favorite, Ken Griffey Jr. card for me. I'd say probably my favorite Griffey Griffey card. I like it better than the 89 Upper Deck. I mean, the 89 Upper Deck is a classic, iconic card, but I think just the aesthetics of this card are just phenomenal. Love this set. 90 Fleer. Bought some Topps Big, real cheap. Thought I'd just give this a shot. It'll sell. I mean, won't make much on it. Probably lose a little bit just given the grading fee, but figured I'd give it a try. Always like to get Bo Jackson graded. Resale value is pretty high because he's just a popular guy. 8 on the 87 Fleer. The chipping at the top. '87 Donruss. Super hard to get this in a 10. Left to right centering and top to bottom, so happy to get a 9 on that. Would be a more valuable card if you got into the Hall, but we all have different opinions on that. 8. Got a Maddox. 8 on that one. Rated rookie. 87 Donruss. Another Maddox. Got a 9 on the Bonds. Super hard card to get in a 10. I mean, it's just ridiculous how tough it is with this black border. These cards always come out with a little bit of chipping, a little bit of whitening on the black border. This one was really centered. I mean, it looks like it's off-centered in the back. That's just the way the card is cut, but I'll take a 9. Got an 83 Topps Sandberg. I was hoping for a 10. They're so tough on these older cards, PSA is. I mean, they're just brutal. This one top to bottom makes sense, so not surprised that was an 8. Got a Gwynn rookie card here. Kind of a classic card. Pop count on this is super low in a PSA 10. I mean, there's only a few thousand of these that have been graded at 10. This one's left to right. Happy I got a 9 on it, though. I picked up some vending boxes of 83 Topps. This one looks a little better than this one. Yeah, definitely better centering. So it just kind of depends. Sometimes graders have good days, bad days, just like everybody else. Sometimes they do a little bit better. I've heard you can bait them a bit by putting a lower graded card in front of a better card. I don't know if that's true or not. Got some vintage here. 52 Dobie in a 2. Not a real high grade, but wonderful card. Love the look on his face, expression on his face. 2 years later, the Indians win the World Series. So if you're not familiar with Dobie, breaking the color barrier in the American League, you gotta check it out. Another legend of the Negro Leagues and summer leagues down in Cuba and Puerto Rico and such. Monty Irvin. Roberto Clemente looked up to Monty Irvin quite a bit. That's a 4. Not bad. Love that 53 set. And a 55 Topps Aaron. Yeah, it's in a 2. It's got a crease across his face. Centering's good though. Somebody will buy this. '56 Clemente in a 6. That's got the white back to it. Centering's good. A little bit of chipping on the left-hand side. I mean, I could see how this could be a 7. Upper left-hand corner. It's a little soft. Yeah. I think this could easily be a 7, but given PSA's recent standards, it's 6. Got a 6 in the maze. Yeah. Also, I think could be a 7. I mean, I don't know what they expect a 7 to look like, or, you know, thing I like about these cards, though, is that they're all really nicely centered. To me, centering is huge. To me, centering is the most important thing. If it's not centered, I don't really mess with it. Williams got a 7. See, I don't really see how this is significantly different than this. Yeah, must be something with the corners. Usually it's the corners on these vintage cards. This is the white back, so fun version. 8 on the Robinson, or 7 on the Robinson, excuse me. I think this could be an 8. I mean, top to bottom a little bit, left to right a tiny bit. 56 Killebrew and a 4. Again, nicely centered. Great card. Love the green background. Played for the Senators. Got the Banks and a 5. Classic card. Not the white back though. Yeah, Banks cards do really well. You got a lot of Cubs fans, especially in the Midwest. There's a Koufax. Picked this up off a guy from Facebook. White back. Love Koufax. Super popular player. 56 Aaron. It's Willie Mays. Not Aaron. So on a 2. Again though, pretty well centered. A little rough around the edges. I mean, I've seen 3s that don't look as good as this. I don't know, could be a 3. 58 Clemente and a 3. Again, I think it could be a 4, but I don't work for PSA, so. 59 Fleer. I was hoping for a better grade on this. This is a 7. I was hoping to get like an 8 or a 9. But that's the way it goes. 60 Topps Gibson. This is a 4. Nice centered example. Second year card. Had a couple of these. I've got another one of these in a 6 in a CSG slab, and I think I sold another one that was raw a while back. All right, got some of the McDonald's cards. So hard to get these in 10s. Even 9s are tough. I don't think I got a single 9 in this batch. I think these are really underrated cards though. Super low population count. You can find them raw, but very few graded and high grade. That's a 5. That's a really bad grade. There's another 8. I can tell the centering left, right, but I mean, like, when you go through these cards, you can just tell that it's really hard to find 10s. 7 in the Merino. 9 in the Lawrence Taylor. I think that's a great card. Upper right-hand corner a little bit. Pretty happy to get a 9 on that, though. Salutation Exhibits, 39 to 46. Got a 4 on the Ted Williams. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful photograph. Sincerely yours, Ted Williams. Picked this up for my dad when he gave me his collection. Got the Ernie Banks 47 to 66 exhibits again. Got a 4 on that. And Aaron. Got a 2 on the Aaron. That was a little tougher grade. 3 on the Willie Mays. Again, 47 to 66 exhibits. On the mantle, I thought we did pretty well on the mantle. Got a 4 on this. I think it could have been a 5. 47 to 66 exhibits. Just a great photo. I mean, my God. Look at that. So, not worth a ton, but definitely something that looks nice in your case when you go to a show. I mean, you pull out these exhibits, and just not a lot of people. I mean, they're out there. They're not super rare, but you know, you go to a show, you're gonna see a few of those. And the last 2 cards are some SGC cards. They're SGC graded. 56 mantle. A 6. And then 53 mantle. And a 5. Had this in a CSG slab. It was a 6. I don't know. Just felt like I wanted to put it in an SGC slab, so I guess, you know, it is what it is. Would have liked to have gotten a, you know, better grade, but 5 is cool. I mean, really, when it comes to these types of cards, these vintage cards, you're buying the card, not the grade. So, you know, you can see a 5 that sells for about the same price as a 6, just depending on how the centering is, the edges, corners, registration, that sort of thing. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. Trying to do some more videos. Been super busy with work, and just, you know, got to make money, and don't have time to do a lot of YouTube videos. Well, the videos don't really pay out a whole lot. Even though I have a decent amount of subscribers, it's a lot of time and a lot of effort. Much respect to the people who do content and just are grinding content. I mean, that's just amazing. The editing, the music, the splicing, all that is way more time than I can put into it right now. But appreciate everyone for the work that they're doing out there, and continue to enjoy cards, and I will check you out sometime. In April, there's going to be a national card show, first national card show in the history of Minnesota. April 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd at the Hyatt. So if you haven't had a chance to check out the Minnesota card scene, come check out the Minnesota card show. It's going to be fun. I'll be set up there. All right, take care. Peace out. One love.